A big welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you here once again. We are going into a very important topic you will love so much. 7 ways to effectively reduce your expenses without actually reducing the quality of your service or product. I know you will love this topic because it's one of the very important things a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with, and being able to have a proper understanding of how to get this done is going to also increase your profitability. So let's go straight in. Number 1, you need to make good use of technology. So many entrepreneurs are still not conversant on how to actually move their business from the old way it's being done to the new way. We have a lot of tools, a lot of hubs, a lot of things are happening in the tech world, and you actually need to move your business to that stage where you can actually have meetings without necessarily taking a hall for such a meeting. You can make use of the Zoom, you can make use of a whole lot of tech apps that can actually help you hold a Zoom without going to the rigor or spending so much. Yes, Zoom actually have the free version where you can always use 30 minutes, and if you want to keep using the 30 minutes continually, you are free to do that. But if you want to have your meeting once and for all, you go to the paid one. They have the basic one, which is very reasonable, about $15 in a month. This is quite reasonable compared to you going all the way to hire a big hall. What is important as an entrepreneur is how can you reduce your expenses, and this can actually help you get that done. Then number 2 is to make use of necessary marketing tools. We have a lot of tools online that can actually be used to market your products. I know almost every entrepreneur, especially those that have been in business for the past 10 years, all grew up to know about the offline way of doing marketing. You hire some team of marketers to go out with your product, to make noise all around the place with that product. Yes, it works, you can use it, but in a situation where you are looking out for ways to cut your costs, there are so many ways of reaching out to a lot of people online and still make your sales and still make profit. Yes, knowing exactly what to do with your social media platforms, the LinkedIn, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, all these social media platforms are best places you can actually drive traffic from to that product of yours and still make sales without you necessarily gathering some team of marketers to move around the whole of Lagos, and this is quite expensive. I've actually came in contact with the people that does this type of thing, and I know how much they used to take. Field marketers are always very expensive. So why don't you make use of marketing tools online that can enable you still achieve your aim at a reduced cost? If you know how to run your advert, it goes a long way, and making use of it in a well-reduced form that can actually cut costs and still achieve the goal is what you just need to learn. And number 3 is go paperless. A lot of people still go all the way, print out flyers, banners, and all sorts of this type of marketing materials for their products. You don't necessarily have to do that any longer. You can make use of e-flyers, you can make use of e-banners, you can send this to a lot of contacts on your phone, because we are in the era of tech. A lot of people have phones right with them. All their target audience, the ideal client that is meant for your product, are right there on your phone. And how to harness them and make sure they are able to see your flyers and banners is what matters most. So put more effort in ensuring you go paperless, because printing of papers and all the rest are not as effective as it ought to be at this era, and doing without them will actually reduce your expenses and ensure you have great effectiveness with the e-flyers and e-banners. So that is very important to cut cost. Number 4, reduce your budget. Whatsoever is your budget can actually be cut down. Remember, you are trying to reduce the expenses here. When you are working on reducing your expenses, you need to work on reducing the budget first, not the quality of your service or product, because reducing the quality of your service or product might actually have a very adverse effect on your brand. So that is never an option. What is an option is what we are detailing for you here. The fourth one is to ensure you reduce your budget. What are those things that you have infused into your budget as regards that product line or that service line? Look through them all over again. Look at the areas you can cut and work on them. So number 5 is reduce financial expenses. I don't know what you are using to run your business right now. If it's on a loan and you'll realize that the loan interest is a bit high, or there are certain costs that is attached to getting this finance for your business, you need to work on how to ensure it is reduced to the barest minimum. I have once worked with an accounting officer, of my bank, and I realized it. Commission on turnover, the COT on my current account is quite high. I had to visit my account officer and we sat down and we talked on how to get it reduced from 5 naira per meal to 1 naira per meal, depending on your turnover on that account. So if you have a good turnover, you can always meet with your account officer to work on how they can reduce your COT. This is a means of also reducing your financial expenses. And if there's any loan you are using for that business, you can also renegotiate. There is room for renegotiation at all times. All you are trying to do is to work on things that can help your business, still remain and still have the quality and standard that you so desire, while reducing everything that has to do with the expenses attached to the service or products. Number 6 is to buy refurbished equipment. As an entrepreneur looking out for a way to reduce the expenses of the organization, buying things that are fairly used or refurbished can be a means of reducing your costs. We all know that anything refurbished is always lesser in price compared to new things. So for your office tables, office chairs, you want to have a change of the outlook of your office, you need some additional chairs in some sections of the office. In order to reduce your expenses, you can go for a quality one that is refurbished. We have a lot of them that is really out there and they are reasonable to go for. And number 7, reduce the cost of your location. While you are working on ensuring you have a reduced expenses, you can also consider reducing the cost of wherever you are operating from. If you actually have a whole office to yourself before and you are looking at a way of reducing your expenses to be able to still have and maintain the standard of quality of service or products, you can also have a look at maybe sharing an office with someone, or looking out for an office space that can be rented to you and still be able to work effectively from there. You can also consider working from home if that will best help you reduce your cost. You can work on a whole lot in terms of your location. If you can still do your production from home, you can still consider that. Yes, I know a lot of entrepreneurs always want to have a place to themselves. You want to be known to a shop, but look, as an online marketer, as an online business owner, you can do so much from the corner of your house before getting out there to get a big space to yourself, which might be a bit expensive and be running so high on your cost of production. So remember, the target is to reduce every expenses in relation to that product or in relation to that service, so that the quality of service and product you want to give out to people will still be maintained, and you are working aggressively on the expenses. And these are the different points you need to consider as an entrepreneur to be able to fly high with that business. Look at your budget. Watch out for the location you are using. Look out for a reduced financial expenses. Go paperless. Look out for a wonderful marketing tools to use online and make good use of technology. All these points can actually help you reduce your expenses while maintaining the quality of your service or products. I believe you have been richly blessed today. And if you are looking out for, okay, what are the marketing tools I can actually use, or what are the apps I can use as an entrepreneur to make my business better and go paperless totally, you can also click on the description button below. Look out for any of our YouTube videos that is in relation to the apps that can effectively help your business. I trust you have been blessed in a way today. Help to subscribe to the channel and also click on the notification button so that you can always have a notice whenever a video is dropped here. We are so glad to be here to impact you. See you in our next training. Bye for now.